Haha. Yep, no first blood has been picked up. Just laughing at Froggen in the mid lane. Win icon. No, I'm already in the game. You can't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me or my mom. So they're up against a Fiddlesticks. Let me just arrange the champions. This looks to be a Fiddlestick support, so we'll put you down in the bottom like Edward because no one cares about the support. Cannon. Oh, Shaft. Who calls himself Shaft? Ocelot. What the fuck, dude? Oh, I thought Ocelot was in here. That would have been amazing. 1,000 viewers. Yeah. Suck my viewers. Huh? You thought I would say something else. Fiddlesticks going in here. JWoww landing the stun. Grogger's Q landing out here, throwing out some great damage on Froggen. We see Freeze being picked out by that charm. Not going to be enough as the spider follows. We might see a flash being pulled out of Froggen, but it's not going to be enough as they just walk back out. Nothing popped on our guy's side. Nothing popped in the entire game at all. I don't know why I just said that side. Confirmed on EG's Twitter. EG is disbanding. No! That can't be true! If you're faking, I'm gonna be pissed. Wait, what? Is it real Froggen support? Is it real... support is... Oh, this is one of my friends who plays support. I might have tread on his toes when I said that the support was not good enough. So, let's see. We have Vayne Fiddlesticks bot lane against Edward on this side. Let's see how he does this time. Last time he got literally stomped when he was playing Zarya. Coming back good in the team fights, making some really good ultimates, just allowing Froggen to dive them. But we've seen Froggen really roam more and more over the last couple of games. So, let's see how this goes. He's still being taken fairly low by this Fiddlesticks. Just one-on-one. It's a support fight. Just barely getting that Draven ward, and he's sitting in there. Welcome to the wards of Draven. Not gonna be able to remove that vision just yet. Not having that ping ward. Yeah, this is not looking good for our super team, as we can see Fiddlesticks still has his cookie. Surely not good for bot lane. And we see JWoww on Renekton. We've seen him do some pretty comfortable plays up top, putting a lot of pressure out on it. Stop saying a little Froggen. Not fun. I don't eat fries. The good auto attacks here from Fiddlesticks. Edward, what are you doing? Baiting out Vayne. Flash being popped out here as we see Shook coming in there with Nautilus landing a great flash passive for Froggen to pick up the first blood. Just being able to push it down, and again, even on a champion like Nautilus, who is not that strong early game, we see him put out some early pressure. JWoww being stunned out here might be crucial for him. I gotta learn how to control this camera. It's just swapping around for me. Reginald sucks. Well, that's... Don't trash talk players in this chat, guys. Oh, the fear coming out. The condemn into the wall. Edward is in trouble. The silver ball's proccing, and he goes down. As well as the enemy Fiddlesticks. We see Freeze just harassing that Vayne. Oh, the barrier still up. And a flash coming out from Ezreal here as he gets just out of the clutches of Vayne. Almost getting down. Well... Okay, Nautilus is, of course, strong early game. I don't mean he's not strong one-on-one, but he's not usually the champion you see making a lot of pressure early game. Froggen roaming, this is something we haven't seen before, guys. This is history breaking. Coming down there, missing his barrel. The belly flop still hitting, still getting taken fairly low with those silver bolts, but it's not going to be enough as he just slams his big fist against his wall. Against his wall? Yeah, against Vayne's wall. Against Vayne's stomach or face or whatever you want to say, against Vayne, taking him down. Shook trying to get in there and put some harass on that R with that red buff and his passive, but it's not going to be enough as he lands a perfect charm to just walk away from him, saying, nope, Shook, we don't want you in this lane. Vagina wall. Wait, no, I just read that out loud. Oh, we see the enemy jungler coming up here, taking out JWoww as he uses a lot of pressure. I don't know, they may have finally lured out JWoww's playstyle, putting a lot of pressure on top lane. Kennen is really strong to take on as Renekton, and the enemy Elise is really putting a lot of pressure on JWoww on top lane, not really allowing him to have this much of a pressure, being 30 to 21 last hits. He's not that far behind of Kennen gold-wise, but that extra kill is really gonna get him far ahead. New top laner. Yeah, he's benched. The fear coming out on Edward running alongside as the silver boats come out and condemn not up against the wall. And Shook being picked up under the tower. That was a mix of turret and tower. Shook being picked up under the tower. And Elise just so good at tower diving as she can just rappel up and just swap the turret aggro. Not gonna be able to actually pick him off of the turret damage. Jaywell being extremely aggressive up here, trying to put down some damage on Kennen. Not gonna be enough as he has a high level, and Elise is still staying up there just to make sure that his top lane body is still up. Bot lane is fairly even, 39 to 32 CS. Free still being a bit behind. So is Edward, but hey, support last hits are not as important, of course. Throwing out some great harass in that vein. Ezreal and Sarah is gonna have some good poke and a good level 6 burst. So let's see if they can survive for that long and actually get them poked under the tower to take down a kill. Edward just missing his snare, not to put down any of it. How do you want to know? How do you want to know it? I want to know it because you told me. Nope, it's all over Reddit. See, I love Latin Girl, aka Freeze. And Edward just pushing up under the turret, really taking over down here as Ezreal is getting some damage. And Edward really being able to land some pretty good snares, able to harass him down. The Fear coming out and Silent as well in one just for the extra damage. Exhaust and Drain already coming up. But Edward being able to CC them. The enemy Elise comes in there, lands a great cocoon on him as Freeze just walks out of there, but Edward gets picked up by Elise. That percentage damage in the spider form is just too much. Kennen popping ultimate, Shook being up there to help out his bro who got camped earlier in the game. And we see Jaywell being able to pick up that Kennen kill. That's going to be really good for our super team as they can just keep up that pressure in the top lane. Frog misplacing the enemy Ahri, making him pop his ultimate. He has no mana, so no potential kill, but he's still going to put that ultimate on cooldown. Just drinking away while Ahri is going to hide under the turret. Shook coming in here, might be able to land a hook. That's a hook, gets a passive off. And Gragas landing a amazing Q as Frog just belly flops in there to kill. And Elise doing what she does best. So much action going on in this game as she just goes in there for the tower dive and gets out safely with the rappel. Shock God. Yeah, Shook. Shock. I don't want to say it. I said Shook's too many times. We're gonna call him Shock. Just doing so well. And Elise in these tower dives is just so good at picking out targets that are low with that percentage damage on the Q. Shook trying to counter jungle in here with a Kennen in there. Actually being a level above the enemy top lane, and they might be able to pick this off as... Okay, they wanted to give it to Froggen, but that's not going to be the case as Nautilus can just waltz back out of there as he smited it, saying, "No Froggen, this is my blue buff. We know you can farm quite well without it. I'm going to take this one." Walking out of there safely. 71 lasted to 51 in mid lane. 2 deaths on that Ahri. They know they need Froggen to keep roaming on this. 112. Froggen is playing Gragas in this lane. They're all under nicknames here. So we have Playboy Hannah, I Love Latin Girl, East God Support, that's fairly common. Elite Kaider playing Renekton as he just goes face up in people, and Playboy Hannah. See Ezreal just clearing out some wards with Edward's pink ward. Jaywell trying to put on some pressure in the top lane with that extra kill he got. This has really been a key factor for our super team. That pressure top lane is just so good for Shook to be able to roam all around because they would force Elise to go top. And right now that pressure is not there, so we see Elise and Ahri roaming bot lane. Don't show me top lane camera, what are you doing? Ahri roaming in with ultimate, hitting the plant from Edward, so well placed, not going to be able to save himself, but he gets Freeze out of there quite easily. 4 people bot lane, this will give Froggen free room to just roam around and kill the mid tower as he wishes. 4 people bot will surely just allow them to do whatever. But Shook runs down there and pretty much just dies, sacrifices himself. Freeze almost dying as well. Is the cocoon off? No, it's not. The silver bolts is gonna be enough. They could get mid tower and only lose Freeze and the bot turret for those 4 people roaming around, but instead they lost 3 people and possibly Dragon. Yes, Dragon will surely fall down, and mid turret is going down as well. Meanwhile, the blue team is picking up the Dragon. Yeah, roam around and kill mid tower. That's how Froggen does it. That's how you know it's Froggen. He's gonna roam around whilst killing mid tower. That's how Froggen roams. Ultimate being popped out of cannon up here, called something I'm not even going to try and pronounce. Renekton JWoww here just dashing out right away. Wanna talk to you later. JWoww dashing in there, just popping his Q, finishing off that cannon quite easily. Shook making his top laner notice that Elise is running up there, but scaring him off so they can't do anything. Team Playboy Stars. Yeah, it's the best team I've seen in like forever. That's the best team name. Edward just pushing down. Edward just putting down a lot of pressure on that Vayne. Just landing those skill shots. Freeze not really being able to follow up on that one, and Edward coming out on bottom of that one. Not really worth it, but Edward has been playing this Zara quite good. He's been 0-3 so far, but keep in mind 4 people have been roaming bot lane. So he's still doing fairly well. Oh, Shook landing a hook around the corner on enemy R as she pops ultimate, saying, "Nope, Shook, I know what you can do to me. I'm not gonna get hit by your anchor," if you catch my drift. Shook going towards bot lane. They might be looking to dive this one. Edward has been doing some pretty solid ultimates in that Zara. They might be able to catch out Crazy Caps here, playing on that Vayne, being quite a squishy target. Going for that turret. They have no idea Shook is right behind. He just walked over the board though. This might be a bait. We see enemy Ahri and Elise roaming down there, ready to defend that turret. Ahri's gonna be awful next patch. I hope that's a lie, bro. That is one of my main champions. I really like that high mobility. JWoww taking out the top turret, putting down that pressure, and that's what we really like to see in JWoww. Putting that pressure top, forcing the enemy jungler to really go up there, allowing Froggen to stay mid and farm, and really just do what Shook does best, just pick off people early game. The ultimate being picked off at Ahri. Shook going down to Elise, being such a good jungler this patch. The Silver Bells take down Edward, while Elise is cocooning Froggen in the mid lane, going into Spider Form. He actually picks up Ahri just before he dies. They're not able to put enough damage down before Froggen gets his barrel back up. Fiddlesticks going up there, and he misses his belly flop through the wall. Surely he will go down here. No! J-Ro gets down there, the Fiddlesticks ultimate, and he just doesn't get the stun off because he tried to ward, and Elise with the enemy Fiddlesticks is able to pick up Froggen. Froggen, please, what are you doing? You're not supposed to hump the wall, you're supposed to get through it. Such a close matchup. If that stun would have landed, Froggen would have been able to get out of there. But that just goes to show how strong Elise actually is in this jungle. 4-0, she's so good this patch. So many people have been playing her in solo queue. She's so scared in that jungle, having high damage, even though she's going quite tanky. And just those early tower dives around level 3 to 4 is just so strong with that repel where you can reset the tower aggro. Looks like Platinum solo queue game. This is top of the line, bro. You should watch your mouth, young man. Oh, I will have to say something meaner. Thank you, Tropical Island. Tropical Salad. Close enough. JWoww keeping up some pressure top. What league are you in, Scott? Well, I'm Platinum 1. 50 points. JWoww going in there, stunning Elise, doing some good damage. Not gonna be enough. His turret's gonna fall down. Nothing to go back in under. His fear is still up. Froggen going out there with a combo repel, just shields off all the damage. This is why we love to see Elise. The damage she can shield herself from by going up on that string is just too much. Cannon barely finishes off JWoww. Barely finishes off JWoww as Shook goes in there with the hook, almost picking out, landing the ultimate on Ahri, using Foxfire to get out of there. Not Foxfire, Spirit Rush to get out of there. Just dodging it out. Shook landing those red buff stacks. Will it be enough? Froggen drinking to get that extra defensive stat. Oh, Ezreal ultimate coming out of freeze, almost being able to pick up Ahri. They're all running really low. Edward all alone in the bot lane. as Freeze left for mid lane, being picked out by that Fiddlestick Sphere. Condemn into the wall. That was so close. Really, really solid play from blue team here, able to just drag our super team all over. Twitch ultimate being popped out here. Not Twitch, what the hell? Fiddlestick's ultimate being popped out here to take down Freeze as he goes to check the blue buff. What am I doing? I was going to type something in the chat. That's fairly confusing. You know, words and letters. Going for that Fiddlesticks. JWoww is so offensive. Going with the stun, not having a lot of damage. He went for that defensive build with his early Spirit Visage. I would have expected to see something else come out, but of course he is against purely magical damage. JWoww getting caught out here, stunning out. Shook landing some great CC on that Vayne. Froggen coming in from the side, being caught out by Spirit Rush from Ari and the Charm. Not going to be able to land a lot of damage and not going to get out of there. That is going to be a free dragon. Our super awesome Pro Hari carry ranked Elo team is struggling here as they take down the second dragon of this game. Gonna put them down to a lead. Not a lot. Shook going in there. Not gonna be good for Edward to get caught out. Can he land that E and get solid out of there? The ultimate being popped out. Elise being on the other side of the wall, almost being able to Freeze, throwing in a great Ezreal ultimate. Not quite being able to pop it out. And the Riptide's going out for Fiddlesticks, barely killing him. Freeze struggling with this Elise. I think the biggest winner is the Super Team Scrattle. Half of his channel views today. It's gonna be a bit more. I have around 2 views at normal. So hey, XPK is watching this stream. I need someone some moderator, please. Freaking screenshot that. Well, yeah, we saw a guy last game trying to pull an XPK. It didn't go well against our super team, but surely this game they are struggling quite a bit, being at 26.9k gold versus a solid 30k gold. They sure are struggling. Jay will not have been able to put the same pressure on the top lane. He couldn't go for the Sunfire Cape, being up against double magic damage, as that Elise and Kennen has been bullying out of that lane. JWoww being one of the biggest bullies I've seen in top lane for a long time on that Renekton. That Sunfire Cape surely helps him push a lot, but he had to go for that magic resistance, not giving him a great deal of pushing potential, and he cannot put the same pressure on top, forcing Elise to go up there. So Elise has free roaming, rendering him 4-1-7. Putting out some great harass there on JWoww. Not going to be a lot since he went for that magic resistance. Froggen up there as well. Always plays 2 times at one place to confuse the enemy team and the caster, don't worry. Dashing in there, trying to land the stun, but the cocoon goes out, almost able to stun out there. Shook just retreating back. Seems like our super team don't want to go for anything. Ari sitting on a solid double buff. Not going to be able to do anything here. Froggen going in there with some Qs, just throwing down her some harass. Not a lot is going on right now. Edward, you're in trouble, bro. Careful those Draven wards in there saying, I've got all the vision I need, and this Fiddlesticks is just trolling around, but he was surely spotted in there. That's what our super team is missing, the Draven wards. Welcome to the vision of Draven. Surely not going to be enough. Though, is he going to go in there? I don't think so. They're going for the red buff for Vayne here. Looking to teamfight probably, or just giving it to the AD carry, as you would usually see. Looks like our superstar team is looking a bit confused. Trying to group up now. We might see a team fight being 17 to 11 kills. It's not that fantastic a goal lead because of the extra tower on our super team side. Super team side. It sounds so cool. Oh, where are you from? TSM? Fnatic? No, I'm from Super Team. That's pretty badass. I'm gonna use that. Here we see the blue team just going back and forth. Nothing really happening. Both teams seems pretty scared. We haven't seen a full-out team fight. Shook just missing that hook on the enemy Elise, almost being able to pick out one of the biggest threats. Oh, come on. It might not be confirmed. It might just be fucking trolling me and I'm here sitting like an idiot. Shook actually able to hook Kennen, popping his Sonya straight away. JWO going for the enemy Ahri. Fiddlesticks coming in with his ultimate. Not gonna be able to put down a lot of damage. Gonna get obliterated, but that fear surely caused a lot of diversion. Vayne just pushing that top tower, losing them the fight. This was a straight up 4 versus 5, and the blue team still did fairly well getting that turret. And our super team only being able to pick up 2 kills. Still following after this Elise. Froggen. I did it again. I called him Froggen. Oh, Shook just barely missing that hook. The barrel going out, almost being able to kill him. He still has his repel. Let's see what he can do with it. Yep, there comes the repel. This is one of the better Elise players trying to get out there, and the barrel finished him off. And Froggen, I did it again, is gonna be able to pick it up. But Vayne going straight in there, killing off Freeze and JWO without even blinking once. That red buff making her able to just follow whatever she want to go for. That Phantom Dancer movement speed. She just went from target to target there, trying to get the mid turret down, but Edward saying, nope, this is my garden, planting his plants. Gragas is Froggen confirmed. Yeah, well, you've already been calling me Froggen's brother. I might as well take it all the way. Who's top? JWO is top. Alright, dashing in there with Spirit Rush, really going all in. Froggen doing some great dispositioning with his ultimate. Vayne going in there to try and pick off Edward. Froggen just belly flopping him and getting a kill on him, but Vayne picking up a shutdown. Not gonna be worth it for our super team, since Froggen was so great at keeping off those minions with those barrels. Oh, the rumors, all the rumors. I like this. This is my Twitch chat. Everyone says that Twitch chat is just flaming and people saying stupid stuff. My chat is just rumors. I have the gossip chat. Fight me. This is see, blue team here picking off the blue buff from the purple team. This is gonna be annoying for Froggen. He really needs this to defend the towers from super team confirmed. Yeah, he really needs this blue buff to defend the towers from all the minions being pushed in. Froggen just throwing out a lot of damage, poking them all down. This blue buff being picked up. Edward being picked off here by a Fiddlesticks ultimate into a great fear. Not going to be able to do anything here. 1-7 on Edward. This is what we saw the last time he played Zyra as well. He's not as great as escaping on Zyra as he is on Thresh. Shook landing that hook. See if Freeze has any damage. Almost picking off Vayne, but they're not going to go for it. Vayne and Ahri with the Spirit Rush being just close by. Not having the Deathfire grasp up, but still enough to finish off Freeze if he had gone for it right here. This super team isn't much of a super team. It is a super team. Well, super bad. No, it is a super team. That's what it was called on Reddit. That's what we call it here, guys. It is still some high skilled players, so super team me up. Kenning throwing out some harass, but Froggen doesn't care. He just keeps drinking. Yeah, well, you're gonna get stunned if you do that, Froggen. Putting on some pressure mid, and we see the Vayne split pushing all over again, going for that bot turret. Will our super team react to this and go to him? Does look like it. We see JWO and Freeze moving down there as Edward is just clearing wards, not dying this time. Ahri just farming those Wraith. That's a great place to position the camera. JWO and Edward just going around team ward clearing. Froggen in trouble here as the enemy Vayne tries to catch up with him, popping ultimate. He has that Phantom Dancer for the extra movement speed, but it's not going to be enough as Froggen uses his ultimate to just disposition him immediately before any collateral damage will happen. Kennen going in there with ultimate, catching out Edward once again, going to be 8 deaths now. JWO in a lot of trouble, popping his ultimate, just trying to get his team out of there, saying, guys, I'm just going to sacrifice this one. The hook coming out, Freeze, don't go in there, you don't have any mana. Fiddlesticks might be able to fear you. Bronze versus BRG. It's not a big secret. 2,000 people are watching it. Come on. Baron's gonna be picked up fairly easily for blue team unless Froggen can get down there and contest it in time. Vayne being in there to just cut them off. Freeze not having any mana. This is not gonna be good. They actually stopped the Baron to go for them. Condemn up against the wall. Shook is in big trouble. The charm lands. Fiddlestick's ultimate for Froggen on Gragas. He just barely gets to charge over the wall before he gets feared, but it's still not gonna be enough. He's still gonna get picked off. Vayne gonna get CC'd down by Edward and plays the Draven ward. Just laughing in the face. Oh, the Deathfire Grasp and Spirit Wise is gonna go down along with the charm. Edward doesn't stand a chance here, going 1-9. Having those mobility boots so he can run out faster to die by the looks of it right now. It's not looking good for Team Purple. Edward has done some pretty solid Syra plays, but right now he's having a hard time clearing those walls for his team. But then again, he's not worth a lot of gold, so I'd rather see that vision go away for the blue team. No one knows whose top lane is, but then again, oh! Shook landing a hook on Fiddlesticks, just throwing back that silence, saying, nope, I'm just gonna silence you. You can't yell at me, bro. They condemn into the wall. Blue. Our super team is having a hard time chasing people here. Fiddlesticks getting hooked by Shook. Running away, laughing them in the face. And finally we see Freeze picking up that kill. But hey, who cares who top lane is? It may be JWO, but it doesn't matter who they are. What matters is their plan with this super team. Oh wow, I could have done that voice better. Shook being quite mad at this guy for outshining him in the jungle on this Elise. We have JWO running away there while Freeze is getting picked off behind them. This Vayne is doing some solo action. We all know Vayne is an assassin. Oh, Froggen just barely misses that jump and get hit by Deathfire Grasp and gets peeled off straight away as the enemy Vayne just picks up JWO without any trouble. And Elise and Kennen going for Edward once again. What has that poor Russian done to you? Nothing, I say, but hey, you're going for him. And we see Edward at a 110. Froggen being the only guy with a positive score in the team right now. This is something we haven't seen. We always saw Purple Team, our super team, being in a 10k gold lead. But right now we see the enemy team having a 10k gold lead. This is going to be hard to come back from, but it is the super team. Anything can happen. Getting that inhibitor down fairly easily.
Rampage.
Yes, Shook just goes down there to get picked down. I don't know what he tried to do to divert from the inhibitor or what that was, but he got picked down immediately. That Vayne just sitting on 12-2. Last Whisper, Phantom Dancer, Blade of the Rune King. You don't need more than Vayne to just pick down people, no problem. Edward isn't Russian. He's not from America. Where the hell is he from? I don't even know. Is Edward American? Armenian? Oh well. Close enough. Oh, I thought he was from Russia, but Armenian. See, we all learn something every time we stream. That's good. So don't hate on the Armenian kid. That's what I want to say. Yeah, it was Japanese. Oh well. So we see the teams grouping up again. Fiddlesticks and Ari going bot lane to clear that farm. They're just going to put a lot of pressure on all the lanes. Having that inhibitor top lane, this should be a fairly easy mid tower or bot tower to get for them. Vayne taking red buff. Don't show me that camera. Go up there. We want to see the other guy. Shook trying to make a play here on Nautilus. Being 1-5, he's been denied quite a big deal. Every time he hooks someone, his team is just going to get obliterated. Down goes the dragon as Vayne can pick it up in a matter of seconds. That's gonna be no problem. All grouping up in that bush. I wonder if they're gonna camp the Armenian guy again. We learned something. Wonder what they're gonna do in that bush. If they're just gonna have a small talk in there. It might be some Arion Fiddlesticks action. No one knows. But that super minion top lane sure will put a lot of pressure. Oh my god, that's Japanese. Putting a lot of pressure. Shook going in there, throwing down that ultimate on Vayne, hitting him, hooking him in so JWO and Froggen can just pick him up, no problem. CCing that Elise out of there as Nautilus passives gets dropped down. Fiddlestick's ultimate desperately gets dropped in as Froggen with the exhaust is taking him down slowly. You see J-Will just chasing off the RA. Will it be enough to chase him down? Orb of Deception and Foxfire doing a lot of damage. The stun comes out. Edward, what are you doing? You're dying to minions. Don't do that. Froggen coming up there, barely finishing him off. And Edward finally gets what he has been chasing for. Edward versus minions. The final battle. Follow the stream to watch that next day. That just threw me out of there. Oh, let's see. Clearing out those super minions. That's what we talked about. Even though they won that fight quite convincingly, as Shook made another great catch, and they actually got something from it this time. They're not gonna get anything but kills, just trying to even out the gold and kill lead. As long as that inhibitor is destroyed top, they can do nothing but grab a few kills, run back to base, and defend it from those big wolves. I don't know why I said wolves. Super minions. Thinking of the little Red Riding Hood. That makes sense. You should turn on all chat? I'm pretty sure it is. It might not be. Where does one do that? Is it under here? No one knows. Someone tell me where to turn on all chat. I want to see if they're typing anything. That could actually be pretty cool. Good suggestion. To the left corner? I don't see. No. I don't want dialogue. Help! I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna click anything. I'm gonna fuck it up. The eye? Are you sure? Interface? Oh, you're right. Chat is on, isn't it? Or is this? Yeah, chat is on. They don't chat. This is so pro. Wow, super pro high carry elo rank game. They don't use chat. Take off your shirt. No. Still top lane getting pushed out by those super minions. Inhibitors still being down there. Surely going for this bot lane, as this is the furthest away from the top lane, forcing the purple team to either defend top or bot. They cannot do both. Are running mid lane. They're just playing around with them, making them run from tower to tower, trying to grasp onto their base. This is the super team. If the blue team is going to take this one, they will surely have to wrench this base out of the cold dead hands of this fat man called Froggen, sitting on a 10-6 score. Catching out that Bane. Shook making an amazing hook throughout the entire tower. Freeze trying to desperately make the Ezreal ultimate. Does it heal him? Does it damage them? It's not even able to be seen. Froggen putting out some amazing damage. Ezreal just picking up kill after kill here as he actually does some damage. You see Freeze just chasing this Fiddlesticks all the time. This Fiddlesticks is just running around. Run towards middle lane. Yep, you're not going to be a Fiddle in the middle this time. You're just going to run through that bot lane as the fear goes out. And is Freeze still going to chase him? He's still going for him. Might be juked. He's still following. Screw Froggen, I want to see this. He has that blue buff. He might be able to catch him off. He knows that he's coming, trying to recall, and he gets him down. Wow, not cool to call me on Skype while I'm casting. Do not disturb. Get the fuck out. Which is the super team? The super team is the winning team? No, it is unfortunately right now the losing team. We see Froggen on the mid lane. I told it. I said it. You heard it here. Froggen on the mid lane. Freeze on AD carry Edward as support Syra right now. And J-Wow in the top lane, as well as Shook in the jungle. It's caster for free. I don't look like Froggen. No, it was my Skype, bro. Hey, you thought it was my Skype, huh? You see them just picking up that blue buff, actually getting out of base as the top inhibitor has respawned. J-Wow put some pressure back on that top lane, resetting the minions, making them meet there in the middle of the river, just making purple and our super team able to roam a bit more out of the base now. Edward just trying to run out and get up somewhat. You look like Froggen with glasses. This is not glasses, this is gunners. These are gunners, because then I look pro. This is like 2,000 of my viewers just here to watch me with gunners. Gunners. I like saying gunners. Yeah. Where were we? Off topic. Fiddlesticks running around here, clearing all of Edward's wards. Just play. Oh no! Cannon flashing back on Freeze. You should not have thrown those Qs at the enemy cannon. He got mad, but what's this worth? Freeze hasn't been doing a lot in the team fights. Fiddlesticks coming back in here, picking up that cannon was a great deal for our super team, but they still have their AD carry Vayne, who's getting picked off by JWoww, and Shook doing some amazing CC teamwork here, flashing over the wall just to pick off another kill. They still have Ahri alive though. Nautilus passive is not enough. Shook is gonna get picked down. Chasing the Fiddlesticks once again instead of going for the Ahri, which might be dangerous. One Orb of Deception could pull off any one of the super team right now, all being so low. Running back through the mid lane. Let's see what Froggen and JWoww decides to do. It looks like it's just a recall. Trading Freeze for Kennen probably wasn't what our super team was looking to do, but it came out nicely, as Kennen has been causing a lot of commotion with that CC, really just making JWoww and Shook having a hard time getting to Crazy Caps, or the enemy Vayne as we know him, or her. So picking off that Kennen for Freeze might not have been that bad a trade. Just pushing them back. And still having that inhibitor, they're getting further and further out of the base, maybe being able to turn it all around. They were 10k gold behind right now, already being at 29 kills to 38, but the gold lead right now is not that big. Only at 8,000 right now, reducing it by 2,000. Team Siren EU, that would have been amazing, but right now we are called, what the hell was it? Playboy something. We're gonna call him Super Team. Dashing in there with his slice and dice, getting off that Banshee Veil, almost stunning him. That could have been good for a super team, but that Banshee Veil was just a bit too strong for him to make the double dash after him. Scrat, where you from? I am from a cool country. A cooler country than Quickshot. No, I'm not gonna say that. Burned Ahri ultimate. That is true. The Fox, not the Foxfire. The Spirit Rush got burned out there, which is looking really strong. They might be going for this Baron here, or at least going to try and bait it. As we see Ahri running back there, she had to go back, taking some damage down. Just a great bait from our super team, not quite going to be able to catch Fiddlesticks as he tries to go in there. However, they're going to pick off that Elise, and Fiddlesticks almost getting up there. The Deathfire Grasp Charm picks up Freeze like he was a leaf in the window, whatever you want to say. Vayne coming in there, Syllabus just doing so much damage. That Phantom Dancer, Blade of the Ruined King, Infinity Edge combo is just too strong. Just completely annihilating our super team. Ahri just had completely free roaming potential. That entire fight, she could go wherever she wanted to go to. They need to get to this Vayne or to this Ahri, and they got nothing. The only reason we saw Super Team still be in this game is because Shook has been landing such amazing hooks on the enemy Vayne, just being able to pick off the AD carry before the fight even started and not being able to put down any damage. Vayne was just shooting away freely this fight, as well as Freeze getting picked off by the enemy Ahri in just one burst, rendering our super team without any damage. And down goes the top inhibitor and mid inhibitor. This is surely looking dark for our super team, still fighting, grasping onto their base. Almost the same word. Grasping onto the base. Now they will not be able to leave the base, and this should be a fairly easy Baron for the super bad team. Oh, Kennen almost being picked up. Edward going in there with his E, trying to make up for his KDA. Landing a great snare on Kennen, securing them that kill. Not gonna be able to pick up that Baron, even though they have two inhibitors. They can still just go in there. Oh, someone's calling me on Skype. They can still just go in there because they still have pressure on the lane. So super minions haven't spawned yet. They haven't come out to put pressure on the lane, so they're going for this Baron, just taking it down. Fine, you want me to press A next, team fight? Let's just do it right here. Fiddlesticks coming in from the top side, fearing out Froggen. He's not going to be able to do anything. Sonya's get popped out as Edward falls down. Freeze doing a great dodge of the charm, flashing over the wall. Shook being the only real guy in here, as the rest of the team is just running away. He surely gets picked down as we see Ezreal running out of there. Baron being picked up in a matter of seconds. With that build, Vayne damage is just close to unstoppable, and we see Freeze running away running home to his mama, because holy moly is he gonna cry after this game. They were almost able to come back, but those two inhibitors just secured a great push for the blue team, as they can just go in there and take the two turrets down. Freeze will not be able to defend this one. 12 seconds to Edward, and it will not be enough. Vayne will pick up this base in a matter of seconds. Super team is 40-3 around now. I think it's 39-4 if I'm not mistaken.
Has been destroyed.
Okay, 140 and lost 4. Let's give them this much, guys. These are some of the best teams in the entire world, even though we may not know many of the enemy players. So don't be disrespecting, man. Don't make me get Trick 2T, man. Don't